What's going on, people? So, got a box of shoes here, which means this is going to be one of those unboxing reviews. I haven't done one of those in it feels like it's been a while, right? And I do like doing them because I get to share my live reaction and all that stuff or whatever. But the thing that kind of sucks about it is that they tend to get a little longer because I sit here and I ramble about nonsense while I should be opening the box, kind of like I'm doing right now. So there's that piece of it, you know. And then usually, if it's something completely new to me, I kind of have to stop in the middle, go walk around in these for a while, come back, you know. I usually cut out that piece because it's just silence or whatever. Got to figure out how they feel on the feet and all that stuff. And then there's just the whole thing of looking over something you've never seen and breaking it down and doing the whole review thing, you know, while you're trying to take it all in for yourself, yet still explain it to the public. Yeah. It's an interesting little mental gymnastics sort of thing you got to do, keeping up with all the stuff sometimes. Some things are pretty straightforward, some things aren't. I think this one should be pretty straightforward, hopefully, but we'll see. So first off, right, we have this. This is going to be a shirt. Let's go ahead and open it up, right? Put that down there, put that down there. So this is going to be one of those. This looks very small. This is going to be some Fuji Trail Asics shirt, right? Because, you know, I do my trail things or whatever. It's got a zipper on there. Yeah, see that? So I don't have a lot of shirts with zippers. This might be the only one, actually. But yeah, it seems pretty light, so I think this is going to work out just fine. The weather's actually starting to get a little decent right about now, so maybe I'll be hitting those trails again relatively soon. So I'll set this down there, over there, whatever. There you go, side of the box and all that good stuff for the two people that care to see it. Now, this is something that I have not dealt with before, so let's see what we're looking at, huh? We'll find out together how old Tristan feels about it. Now, let's get this opened up here, put this paper back down in here. A little OCD situation going on over here. Alright, there's that. And now we got some shoes out of a box and can look at them, and things are actually looking kind of cool. I am on board with this so far. The look is completely fine, so that's good. And you got to look it over, make sure nothing's actually wrong with them, you know, make sure there's no blemishes and stuff. Because, I mean, I bought a pair of Asics before, and you may have heard that story. I'm not going to retell it, because it will live forever on the internet or whatever, so whatever. But, yeah, I think things are fine, so let's go ahead and knock out a review, huh? On this right here. This is the Asics Gel-NYC in the Cream Clay colorway. I missed a word there. Something, because I remember reading it before and there were 3 words and I only said 2. So, but I mean, that's 66%, right? 0.6, of course, repeating. So that's mostly good, right? So that means this review is starting off okay. Okay. Let's see how it finishes though, huh? We're going to start with the bottom. Down there, what you're looking at down there, right, is nothing too fancy or whatever. It's my first time seeing it. It looks fine. I got no complaints about it. You know, you don't always need a lot of flash and pizzazz on the bottom, especially since it's the bottom. But it should be good. I think it'll be good. Moving along here. Let's look at the midsole, huh? Let's see what's going on over here. And this, it kind of has a lot of the same sort of older Asics vibes that you might expect, right? You know, got the little gel type things going on the back, and it just has that same look that they had for the longest time up until the whole Nimbus 25 era, and then everything took a weird shift and got all bloated and strange. But past that, let me get you a couple other pictures in here real quick, right? So that way you can kind of see what else is going on in here. Because there's actually some layers and whatnot. In a way, it reminds me of some kind of Yeezy something or other. Because I remember one of those had a bunch of layers to it. Or those Sean Wotherspoon Adidas Trail something or others. I don't even know what the name of that was. But either way, it's a lot of stuff going on, but we'll get into a little bit of it, right? Without trying to make this review last too long. That's always the tricky part there. So here's the thing, right? Down here, toe box type area, right? Around the toe box, you know, you got a lot of suede where you see all this gray stuff, right? It's very nice feeling. I'm not going to sit here and act like it's super premium, but it feels nice, okay? And then above that, you got some orange in there, kind of a plasticky sort of thing going on. And then above that, you got this mesh, and that mesh is pretty decent too. Again, none of these materials are feeling amazing, but they're actually pretty decent for the price point of $140. I feel like these were right around in the price of like a standard Gel Light 3, well, not a standard Gel Light 3, but one of the more premium Gel Light 3s. I don't know. It was like weeks ago. Well, actually, it wasn't. It was like probably Sunday, which was only 6 days ago. But either way, I don't remember what they cost. So anyways, let's go ahead and get back on into this, right? Moving along just a little bit more over here, right? In the middle section, you do have a little bit of shiny stuff, kind of almost seems like foil in some ways, where they have the Asics logo. And then behind that, you're going to have more of that mesh peeking through. So it should lead to a decent amount of breathability in these, which is always a good thing because I'm a huge fan of shoes that don't make my feet hot, right? It's not like it's a problem or whatever, it's just it's a nice convenience. So you got that. And then otherwise in there, you do still have a little bit of suede, like I said, on the grays in the other sections. You have some grays suede down here on that Asics logo too. And so moving along to the back, right? So on the outside, you've got the Asics logo going on over there. Moving around to the very back, you have the gel situation happening, and that's stitched in on some of the mesh stuff. And then if you look on the inside, opposite of where that Asics was, it's kind of the same thing, just blank, right? So all in all, pretty decent. And now let's go ahead, jump back over to the front here, knock out this lace area. So one thing real quick around the laces, I didn't quite mention it because I wasn't really talking about the lace situation just yet. So around here, around the laces, you do have these green suede outlines or whatever, and then in the middle you have kind of that more plasticky, kind of like a cheap leather sort of feel going on in the middle. So it makes for a cool look, it does, right? Especially with this particular color combination. So I'm liking that a whole lot. The laces themselves, there's nothing fancy about them. They're typical cream laces, cream clay gray. Is that what I was supposed to say in the beginning? I don't know. But either way, so they're going to be typical plain laces, kind of remind me of what you might see on the Air Max Plus, right? Because they're kind of round, but like kind of flat, so it is what it is. And there's going to be that. Now, as far as the tongue piece goes, you have, making up the tongue component, a lot of the same stuff that you saw on the rest of the shoe, just on the tongue now, right? And it does feel a little thin, doesn't feel super plush or padded or whatever. I mean, the padding is fine, but it doesn't feel as plush as it kind of makes you think, or at least makes me think by looking at it. But anyways, at the top of the tongue, you got the Asics logo, and then on the back, it's just going to be a lot of gray mesh and stuff, right? So nothing to write home about. And then looking in here, while I have this little paper pulled out, it does look to be very breathable with like all the mesh. You can see a lot of light shining through. So that's going to be cool, especially as those summer and springtime months start rolling around. But as far as the insole goes, right, so looking down in there, all it is just kind of gray with a little bit of orangish sort of color. So I don't know what they call that orange, but it wasn't mentioned on the website. Is it on the box? Does it say on the box? Cream Clay Gray. I didn't mention that just a second ago, but still overlooking the green and overlooking the orange. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, people. But there's going to be that. So that being, is that? Oh, okay. One little thing I just noticed, it almost down here on the bottom piece, like the midsole, you kind of see this sort of like a grayish color. Now, for a second, just the way the light was, I wasn't sure if that was like one of those iridescent sort of looks or what. But no, I think that's just some kind of coloring put on there. It might have just been from the shoe falling around in the box. I don't know. But either way, so now that we've done that, let's go ahead. We'll talk about some personal thoughts, and then I'll do some sizing and stuff. Personally, these are actually looking really cool. Now, I don't know the whole backstory of these things. I just know that they are a combination of various old Asics shoes, right? Just kind of combined, and then this is what they pulled out, right? So you just take a couple elements from this, a couple elements from that, whatever. And all in all, right, I'm looking at these and I'm like, yeah, this is visually appealing to me, right? Which is good because I haven't seen a lot of new shoes come along that really spoke to me. Though, honestly, initially I thought that this was just like a one-time deal, the NYC. I thought it was like some kind of special New York shoe they were doing. But then Logan J, he put up some videos talking about them, saying, no, this is a whole new model. And it's looking pretty all right. How many more of these am I going to buy? Probably not a whole lot. I mean, for one, I still need to wear them and see how they feel. But, you know, having multiples of the same model, like I have a lot of shoes already. I don't know that multiples is a thing I need to do. But if this was a couple years ago, Tristan, oh yeah, I'd probably buy a couple more than likely, because again, if they feel pretty decent, because I'm on board with the look, and Asics always brings it when it comes to like the color options. So this is shaping up to be something that's pretty alright. And I say that as if this is new. It's not new, really. It's new to me, but I've been way out of the loop on the whole shoe thing for a long while. So take that for what it's worth. Just want to slip that little disclaimer in there, right? But yeah, check them out. Head on over to your outlets or whatever. See if they have any colors that you're into, or go to the Asics page. And then wait out a sale because, hey, it's Asics. Their stuff's always on sale if you just give it a month or so. Maybe two. I don't know. But yeah, so far things are looking good. But I gotta go walk around in these and all that stuff, figure out how they feel, how they fit, all that good stuff, right? Tell you guys about it, because that could sway my opinion. We'll see. I'm thinking it won't. I'm thinking I'll still like them, but find out in a couple minutes. Sizing wise, I went with a 9.5 in these because that's kind of what makes sense. You know, that's what I buy all my shoes in because, you know, having had my foot measured at the store once or twice or whenever that was, yeah, 9.5 foot. That's what I'm working with. And these are fitting just fine. They're going exactly as I expected. So that's cool. They don't feel too big. They don't feel too small. They're like right there where I would like them to be, especially for a thing of this style, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes if it's like an actual running shoe, you might want it to feel not too loose or whatever. You have preferences. But this right here is something that you're just going to be walking around in. Personal opinion, I'm thinking true to size is going to work out for a lot of people out there. But, you know, watch a handful of other videos and see what other people are saying, kind of get your mind around different perspectives, right? Now, as far as the comfort and whatnot, walking around in these, like, they're feeling lightweight as far as like the, you know, how heavy they might be, you know, so they're more lighter, which is very cool. The breathability, you can kind of notice that. I mean, only so much because I am indoors, but you can still kind of gauge it and all that. The underfoot part, right? Now, I'm not going to sit here and rant and rave about how comfortable these things are under the foot. They're not bad. They are not bad at all. They're actually like pretty nice, but it's not something that you would want to run out and be like, okay, I need to throw away all my Hirachis and Prestos and Gel-Lyte 3s and Ultraboost because I need this. No, it's not that good. But if you're going out all day and you're considering wearing a pair of these, I don't think you will regret it, not one bit. Now, I still prefer, and I'd have to go back and recheck some things, but like Hayano 14 is a similar build. I kind of still feel that was a little bit better in some ways. But again, taking these for just face value or whatever, definitely would suggest them because it's working out pretty well, honestly. And that's, again, only a couple minutes of walking around in them. But I'm on board. I am on board for sure. So I'll probably pick up a couple more pairs for the parents and kind of let them help me round out how to feel about them or whatever. It's good to get other opinions. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. There is going to be that. So I don't have anything else to really say about these or whatever because I have said everything. So I'm going to talk about whatever's in that box. A couple pair of Ultraboost, if I remember right. You know, shoes for the parents. I was actually just talking about them. What do you know? From me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I got another review to talk about, you know, shoes, and then some action figures, which is last, but I'm really looking forward to it. So there's that. Later, people.